Today I talk about why stories rule the world. Welcome to episode number 30 of the Luebbers journey. So yesterday I was talking to my mom, and she's watched a couple of these videos, and she gave me some really fantastic feedback. And she said, basically, a lot of the stuff you talk about is really interesting and really valuable, but I find myself wondering, where does this come from? Like, what is the story behind this? And I realized, at first I got defensive and was like, there's no story, I'm just talking about my experience. But I realized stories are really important, and she was onto something critical. And so from here on out, I'm going to make a conscious effort to make each daily episode a story. And I'll still be providing my perspective on things. I'll still be giving you behind-the-scenes look at how I live my life and run my business. And I'll be doing it by wrapping each daily lesson in a particular story. And hopefully this will get me a lot better at storytelling, and hopefully it'll make these episodes a lot more engaging and memorable. And I also want to use this as a lesson to talk about the importance of stories and how important I've come to realize that stories are. And the best way that I can encapsulate this is by telling a story. I'll start now. So I remember when I was younger, and I saw the movie The Incredibles, and I was obsessed with it. I absolutely loved it. It was one of the first real superhero movies that I saw. I was really young, and I've always been really into superhero movies and things like that, so maybe this is where it began. But I remember going to the theater with my family and just being mesmerized. In particular, I resonated with the character Dash because he was young. He was, seemed about my age when I saw the movie. And I loved running. I loved sprinting, and I dreamed of having that ability, the ability to run on water and do things like that. And I remember a couple days later, after I saw the movie, I was out, I don't remember what I was doing. I was probably playing or something, but I remember sprinting and going for a run. I just decided to see if I could run as fast as Dash could. And two things strike me about this. Two things stand out and make this worth telling about. And the first is I definitely ran faster. It was deeply noticeable. For whatever reason, whether it's placebo or whether it's actually visualization or some sort of state change effect, I ran significantly faster. And the second is that I enjoyed it more. And more than that, so I always enjoyed sprinting, but more than that, this particular instance, I snapped into the state. I was like pretending I was Dash, right? This kid superhero. And these two things are subtle but important, because the stories that we tell ourselves, I've learned, like in this instance where I wanted to be a superhero, have a profound effect on our reality. Both the way that we view it in a sort of placebo effect way, and I massively believe, and you can probably tell this if you watch these videos, I massively believe that inner game comes first, that your mindset dictates so much of your life. So I actually think that's one of the most important ways that stories affect our lives, is actually the pure placebo effect, or the way they affect our mental paradigms. And on top of that, they can cause real physiological changes, even below that. And stories make advice more likely to resonate. They build friendships and relationships. They are such a critical part of connecting with other human beings. In fact, it could be argued that they're the fundamental way that human beings build connection. And for that reason, I will be attempting to wrap all lessons and perspectives and episodes from here on out in daily stories. Hope you found this interesting, and we'll talk tomorrow.